I think I just fucked up.
Welcome, everybody, to the SideQuest, the greatest single video game podcast of all time. We're back. Year 9 of the SideQuest. Still going strong. I'm Dolly Domovsky. Joining me is Aaron Kelly, who's also playing HQ.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, is Scott Rogowski joining us, too?
Hell yeah.
We can help Aaron win. That would be Tom Johnson, who decided to join us.
What's up, guys?
And we're also joined by the returning Sam Dixon, who made it back.
Yes, hello, friends. I've never played HQ. It's a trivia game show, right?
Yep. Yeah, I never played it either because it didn't used to run on my phone, and now I have a better phone and it runs on it. So I'm playing it, 9 months past where everybody stopped playing it? Something like that. Nobody gives a shit about HQ anymore.
Oh.
Shit, I lost.
Oh. Well, we tried.
I hate that game. I haven't won yet.
Well, one day you will. Like I said, they have a racket going on at my office where they have like maybe 12 people playing at one time, and then they by process of elimination they all start selecting the answers until they find one that wins. And they said they win probably about 70 to 80% of the time they win, which is totally a cheating way to do it, but it's actually smart.
I haven't won yet, but like Tuesday through Sunday, I'll get up to like question 8 or question 10 or whatever, like almost to the end. So, even though I don't win, I'm pretty happy. But then Monday, it's they call it Music Monday. I don't listen to music. So I guess, and I get like one question in, or I think the best I've ever done is
just like Kenny Chesney.
No,
Kenny Chesney.
No, it's like I'll tell you the question I lost on 2 days ago. It was which of these 3 singers is from the Bronx, and it was like Lauryn Hill, Cardi B, or
Cardi
Rihanna.
B.
I don't
That's
know.
That's her whole thing.
I don't know who she is.
I believe the B in Cardi B stands for Brooklyn. I could be wrong.
I guessed Rihanna because that was the
thought it was
name
Battlefield.
I recognized.
Cardi Battlefield.
Not win.
Cardi Blops.
Cardi Bobo.
Cardi Blops would be Bobo. How are you guys doing? You guys doing good?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, yeah.
Could be better.
Could be better. Sam raced home to make it in time, and I was the one that was late. For a change.
Yeah, fuck's sake, Dalibor.
Yeah. Tom
finally show up.
John hasn't shown up in ages, so it's okay.
I mean, I think Tom and John, up until this week, have been gone for the same amount of time. But Tom's finally here again.
We did it. Well, that's the end of the episode. Just getting Tom back.
We got you back.
Just getting the boys back together, and that's it.
Now it's time for my intervention, and then we're gonna fucking get on with it.
All right. Well, we're gonna talk games because we've all been playing some really interesting games. It's been a big release time frame here.
I just did mine, so we're good.
Yeah, there you go. And then we have a little bit of news that we can chat about a little bit later on after we get through the hundreds of hours of games we're going to talk about.
I do have one piece of news this week.
All right, good.
Yeah,
we may have a Jeff Grubb announcement as well.
Really?
Yeah. Remind me, because I have to make one up between now and then. What have you been playing, Sam? Since you're chipper and you've barely made it on today.
Well, I'm not gonna steal half the show to talk about the games I've been playing.
Half is being generous.
Yeah. But, all right. Well, hey, you kept asking questions about some games. It's not my fault, Mister. I have a heart out of 10:15. Let's not even get off of Sam until 9:45.
Oh God!
I will.
That's what a lot of strippers say. Actually, let's not get off of Sam until 9:45.
I'm still playing Forza, still the best game this year.
Forza.
Yeah. What else? Valkyria Chronicles and
1 or 4.
What 4? But the game that I want to talk about today, and is the final conclusion to days of our Ubisoft support. And that is, there it is. Starlink Battle for Atlas.
That's a bad looking R-Wing.
It's actually, it's fucking awesome, this R-Wing, because the little windbreakers that you open up. It's so cool. Look at that. Look at that shit.
You can go into all range mode if you want to.
Yeah.
Can you go into tank mode?
No, even though in the game technically, kind of.
No. It's the best amiibo that Nintendo hasn't made.
So you actually don't have to play with the giant dumb statue on your controller while you're playing. That game is very smart about once you scan a like physical toy into the game, you can just play it digitally. So you don't have to have that thing strapped to the top of your controller and just hanging out at all times. Also, I think they somehow made the Joy-Cons in a controller setup even worse than Nintendo did. I think we're about half an inch shorter between the two Joy-Cons in the mount that they give you. So it's like you need even tinier baby. Yeah. So I've just been playing with a Pro controller and the game, quote, digitally. You just have to go into a menu to switch like ship parts and stuff like that, as opposed to just like dropping them on the actual ship. And that's how you would play it in portable mode also. But I've only played like maybe like 3 or 4 hours total. I just kind of like cranked some of it last night just to get like a baseline to talk about today. And I think it's okay. I don't think it's like there's nothing like super surprising or special about it. It's just kind of a very good like open world space game that you can kind of tackle things in whatever order. At some point, it kind of tells you there's like a hierarchy of things you kind of want to aim towards going through in a certain order, but you kind of have the reins to just do whatever you want. And I also like that this game needed like a 6 gig download the first time it was installed. But you could do anything on the that original planet you wanted to while that was downloading. So if you still wanted to play for a little bit and was waiting for that download, you still have like a good amount of content as soon as you put the cartridge in the slot to play some. So I think it's okay. I've learned now that you can buy gun parts and pilots and stuff digitally for the exact same price of owning them physically. So I'm probably going to maybe pick up like 1 or 2 other things just because ships work as lives in that. So if you die, if you put another ship down, you can continue where you're at. But if you don't, like you have to like restart back at your closest base, which can kind of be a pain in the ass. I've heard that the game has really bad swings in difficulty. So I haven't encountered any of that yet, but maybe that'll be a case. And I got to assume since there's no, like, I haven't seen anything that locks content away from certain guns. Like, you need like a gravity gun or something like that, or you can't get into this area. So I think you can reach the full game conclusion just by using what comes with the set. But not having more ships and stuff like that will make it more difficult because you'll have to restart fights as opposed to just putting another ship or weapons down to continue on.
And
so Sam,
go ahead.
Can I play this like I did Skylanders, where I just got Drobot and then only used Drobot?
Yes. As far as I know, you could play the whole game as Star Fox. And it's really funny because that game goes out of its way to put Star Fox into its cutscenes. And you can tell that they certainly didn't belong there when they were originally, like, the cutscenes were originally made.
The Switch version has Star Fox and everything, yeah.
Yeah, because there was one scene where, like, this guy was just kind of awkwardly standing with his mouth open, like, in the corner of the screen. And I was like, what is he doing there? And then I realized, oh, shit, they gave his line to Fox. So, like, this guy's just standing awkwardly in this cutscene now.
That fucking rules.
He says, yeah.
It's kind of like this. Half the scenes are, you'll have a really important thing happening, and they'll be like, okay, we've got the enemies are coming up, on the planet. And we've got to head over there, and there's just lots of chaos. And out of nowhere, you'll just see.
Yeah. Fox will be like, I'll look into it. And then that'll be
into it. That's his line.
Or the best way is like very clear. There's pilot dialogue between like everybody during certain situations. And very clearly, like they just tacked Star Fox in the middle of those conversations, because it'll be like, he'll sit there and he'll be like, what's the new information we have? And and then like the rest of the conversation will be everybody else. And very clearly where like this other guy would have said that line to start the like thing that Star Fox started.
And then turn Star Fox into a speakeasy villain. Yeah. What's the information they have?
Can I say how much I love you two being like a fucking old grandma referring to Fox McCloud just as Star Fox?
Star Fox. Well, it is the whole team of Star Fox gets put into cutscenes, and it's
Oh,
really
is it?
funny. Yeah.
All right, I have 3 questions. Question number 1: does anybody say do a barrel roll?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Including people not in the Star Fox team.
Excellent. Does anybody say press Z or R twice?
No, not that I've heard yet.
I haven't heard it either. Yeah.
And the final question, so is the shipbuilding basically the gummy ship from Kingdom Hearts? Like, are you opening
That's
into a
what it
menu
looks
and
like.
just like snapping parts onto it? And...
A little bit, yeah. I mean, obviously in the gummy thing, you just got parts like as the game went on. This, you need the parts like either the physical toys or to buy them digitally. But yeah, you can like
body of the ship, then you get the wings, and then you get the weapons. So you can kind of interchange those to the point where I think you don't even really need the wings. You can kind of just stick weapons on shit.
So yes, and you can also stack wings on top of each other.
Yeah.
So like the more shit you put on, the heavier it is, and like the slower your thrusters make it and stuff like that. But the more armored type deal. So you can make like really weird, like disgusting ships if you want.
And that's my fucking goal, by the way.
I've got one more question. I've got one more question after that display.
Okay.
Is the wing of an R-wing called an R-wing, or is it called a wing? Is it an R-wing wing, or is it an R-wing R-wing?
Give me 30 seconds and I can boot the game for you. Let me go grab my Switch.
All right.
But that's it. I'm done. If somebody wants to continue talking about the games they've played, or if anybody else has any questions about Starlink.
Does anybody say use the boost to get through? Did I ask that?
No, you didn't, but I don't think anybody says that either.
Oh. All right. I don't have any more questions. What about you, Tom? What about you, Dally?
Oh, Lord.
Can I use robot in this game?
Can you use robot in this game?
Can I use robot with Skylanders? Can I scan him in?
You know what?
Can you tell the extent of my Toys to Life experience?
Here, the interesting thing about Toys to Life, and this is kind of a tangent, but kind of not, is that you could legitimately drop on Disney Infinity and Skylanders and Lego toys on the in Amiibo portals on the Switch in games, and it'll just come up with sorry, these don't work in this game. So it actually reads them as NFC Amiibo type of things, which is kind of weird. Which I didn't think it would, but it just lets you know that it won't work. So
sorry, not to cut you off. I just have confirmation for Aaron here.
Hey.
They're referred to loosely as laser cannons because they have guns in them.
The wing is called the laser cannon.
On Starlink. And it also says laser cannon. The R-Wings all-range wings are pre-equipped with laser cannon technology. So I believe they refer to them as the R-Wings all-range wings.
So they're AR wings? They're R wings?
It must mean all range for AR. Yes, they are AR wings.
Yeah, they are the R-Wings AR wings. If that does it for you.
Christ. All right. No, I'm in. All right. You sold me.
Aaron, are you asking all these questions because you are now all legally high in Canada?
Oh, it's crazy, dude. I had the second busiest day my store's ever had today.
It's like Christmas.
I have people rolling in who I've never seen in the village before. I live in a really small village. There's no dispensary open here, right? It's open. The nearest one's like a 30-minute drive away on the highway. There's people in here who are rolling into my shop, never seen them before, and they're like, I would like to buy one herbal vaporizer.
Hi, I'm looking for. My son said it was a bong.
I'm looking for Darth Vapor. Is he here?
Is he here?
But yeah, so
you guys sell a light vapor?
You guys got weed? No, we're not a dispensary. Oh,
there
at least got weed though, right?
At least one person kicked open your door today and went, "Y'all got weed in here?"
No, I say this without a hint of a joke. That happens at least 3 times a week. I get people rolling in being like, "Oh yeah, where's your stash?" We're not a dispensary, my dude.
To be honest, I get
definitely rolling in.
For what it's worth, I get asked that about 3 times a week as well.
You work next to Jake Baldino. You guys sell weed in here. Oh Lord, Starlink. Yeah, I'm Sam. I'm in the same boat. I've got a couple hours in, and half the time it's just letting the cinematics go through. But
Falco vapes, right?
Falco's got to
absolutely.
Falco's got to vape. Yeah.
Fox though. Fox smokes clove cigarettes. That's what.
Fox smokes clove cigarettes.
Fox strikes me as a guy that's like, he's straight edge till death. Like, no alcohol, no cigarettes, nothing. He's very clean. If it's not for Canaria, it's not for him.
Guys, you have the legal right to do whatever you'd want, but I want my R wing. My R wing is vape smoke free.
Why did he turn into Slippy Toad like nerd voice there? Oh, I don't know about you guys, but I'm gonna stay away from the drugs.
He's gonna push up his glasses.
Peppy in his old age is just getting wrecked back there on Star Fox by himself. Just him and Rob token up every moment's notice.
They're sitting back there doing hardcore dabs.
That's
dabs.
Yeah, Falco's definitely got a dab rig set up somewhere near a ship.
I'm guaranteeing you that there's a strain of weed called Andros.
I don't know. I'm currently using one called Skywalker. So I got this sweet brass knuckles brand Skywalker OG.
This is a great vape cast,
and it makes me think I'm good at Call of Duty.
We're gonna talk about that.
All right, just give me a second. Let me go get my vape.
Your vape. So yeah, Starlink. It's not bad. I'm only a couple hours into, but I love this toy. It's actually finally got. Remember that Star Fox amiibo collection? They were gonna make an R-Wing amiibo.
Yeah.
Right, for the Wii U game that they effed up. This, I will say one thing: Starlink redeems the Wii U game, the Wii U Star Fox game, and I'm actually hopeful that Nintendo just gives Star Fox to this Ubisoft team to create a game.
You think Nintendo's going to look at this fucking thing where it's Star Fox and all you do is fly the ship and see how successful it is, and they're going to be like, oh, why didn't we do that for like 6 games in a row after the last time we did that?
As long as it doesn't get this questionably being developed Star Fox racing game canceled.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, I want to play the fuck out of that.
Oh, that's going to be great.
I'm super all about that, so I'd like
that. Was surprisingly, that was supposed to be announced this year, but something must have happened because the rumor was that thing was going to launch this fall, but I almost wonder if they pulled that back and included Fox McCloud in Starlink to kind of hold people over. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, I hope they at least did it as a way to either polish that game or just get Starlink ends up with Star Fox being in people's vocabulary and in a positive way.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So Starlink, we'll let you guys know more about it when we play.
Yeah, we'll see you next week, hopefully with not any extra plastic bits.
I've already got one. Did you get it from Best Buy or did you buy it from somewhere else?
No, I got it just from Amazon. So
I got it from Best Buy and they handed out extra characters. So I got 3 pilots now.
Oh, what? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, Best Buy gave out extra. I do want an extra. I want another vehicle though. So
yeah, the Switch version technically comes with the R-Wing and like the default ship that comes with all the other starter packs. But I think you have to use the digital version to use that ship since there's no physical representation of it.
I have one more question.
Yeah.
So he's called Star Fox, but his name is Fox McCloud.
The team is called Star Fox. His name is Fox McCloud.
So is the team named after him though?
No,
was his father's name Star James? Because his dad was James McCloud, right? So was his team like Star James?
No, they're just really bad bit.
Yeah, it's a bad take. The ship is called Star Fox. The team is called Star Fox.
I thought the ship was called R-Wing.
No, their individual ships are called R-Wings.
Basically, are you familiar with Gundam?
Well, actually, the big ship is referred to as Gray Fox. That's actually my fault. It's.
Are you for real?
Star Fox is the team.
Are you for real right now, Sam?
Because in the N64, Rob mentions all the time about protecting Gray Fox.
Like the dude who gets stepped on by Metal Gear.
And loves it.
This is like the team is called Star Wars, but the individual characters are called the Skywalkers.
Yeah, the ship is called Gray Fox. Or wait, hold on.
Is it Gray Fart?
Oh no! I'm sorry. It's the Great Fox.
Okay,
oh, the Great Fox
is a cyborg ninja.
Yeah, Gray Fox is the. Ninja
there are too many foxes in video games.
Yeah.
Not to be, but it's Guy Fawkes, right?
It's a Guy Fawkes. Dude, Star Fox would be awesome. I suddenly want fan fiction Star Fox.
Oh, I could get you Star Fox fan
Dude, let's
fiction.
do it. Let's do this. Star Fox.
The original Great Fox, a Dreadnought-class heavy cruiser, was constructed on the order of James McLeod by Space Dynamics, along with Rob 64.
Space Dynamics is a really bad name for a space company.
The ship was so expensive, James had to take out an 80-year loan. James never used it, disappearing and presumably perishing on Venom while on a mission with the Star Fox team before the ship was ever complete.
Guys, I think my vape battery died.
Guys, I think I'm going to go down a Star Fox lore hole as soon as we're done with this.
You should find out what the name of the wings on the Great Fox are called.
I think they're just wings. There are 4 of them, though. 5, if you count the fin on top.
I guess they wouldn't be our wings because it never goes into atmosphere, does it? Think about it.
Think about it, guys.
Think about it.
Think about it.
I want Star Fox to be good again, is my point.
Make Star Fox.
Star Fox is good again. Go get Atlas.
Go get Starlink. Starlink and Star Fox are Atlas and Guy Fox. Okay, Tom, you around? You there anywhere?
Yeah, sorry, I was looking for a micro USB cable to charge my vaporizer battery.
Oh my lord!
So I could. No, hold up, I found one.
I could talk about HQ.
So is Scott Rogowski hosting?
Yeah, he was hosting tonight.
There's Scott Fox, right? Like definitely. Like
definitely.
Definitely Fox.
It's really funny because like when everybody was big on that game, when they brought in the new hosts to give that dude a day off, everybody hated the new hosts. And now there's 2 of them that I've seen, and everybody loves the other guy, and everybody hates Scott. Everybody fucking hates Scott. Every day the chat's just like, fucking quit. You suck. Start the goddamn game, Scott.
Do you think he reads the chat?
Oh, he definitely does. He calls it out in his opening monologue. He's like, I see all you telling me to start the game and all you haters. It's not going to happen. And I'm just like, I don't know.
Dolly, did we get any comments on this chat?
I'm checking right now. Let's see here if we did. I'm sure people, if we are, it's Ryan Gann telling us to shut the fuck up.
Well, he wouldn't be wrong.
Yeah.
This is correct. This is correct. I'm not seeing any... Nope, I'm not seeing anything. Just Tom Johnson with the Darth Vapor and Fox McVape Cloud. So that's it. So
all right.
Okay, tell us about Call of Duty, what you got good at.
Yeah, you guys like shooting dudes? Because there's a whole bunch of dudes to shoot at in Call of Duty.
Can you finally answer the question? What is a victory in Bobo called?
No. I can't. Also, why the word side questing just keep popping over your video?
Who?
You.
I have no idea.
I don't see it.
Oh, it's fucking with me. Anyway, I don't know what the fuck just happened. It's gone now. Sorry, it tripped me out. This is really good radio. But so zombies
what kind of herbal tea are you drinking?
Zombies still sucks. Like it's still.
I heard it was super bugged. Like I heard there was like some shit that was supposed to be happening in that game that like just doesn't trigger and it just goes on endlessly, but you can't progress.
I'm not sure. I haven't touched a whole lot of zombies. I've been trying to like figure out the meta for like standard multiplayer and blackout so I can actually like, because I'm writing the review, so I'm trying to figure out like how do I do this? Because it's not the standard review format, because it's not chunked out the same way, and it's an iterative property. So there are some like weird kind of single player segments in that game that are like character specific, but it's basically just like those weird missions in a game that are like, we're going to teach you how to play the multiplayer.
So like in Battlefield 1?
No, not even. It's like you fucking spawn in and then there's like Woods from Black Ops 1 and he's like, what up, dude? This is going to be lit. Let's play.
Oh, God.
I was in Vietnam. Fuck you. And then he teaches you how to play multiplayer, and all of them, they basically try and get you to like learn the specialists, like the different, like I don't want to say classes because you can switch weapons on anything. You're ultimately picking a character for the super and the like ability. So the dude, I want to say his name is Ruin, that I've been using, has like a grappling hook and like has like a area of effect smash for an ultimate. So stuff like that. And
so he's Doomfist?
Kind of, yeah. And there are other ones that have like, oh, this person has like a tracking dart, like a recon dart, and this person has like cluster grenades, and this person has other types of grenades. So it's basically figuring out what you want to do for a loadout, and then you figure out, like, you tailor your weapon loadout based on that. It's kind of like the rigs from previous years.
But is it good?
Oh, the multiplayer is really good.
All right.
It runs really well. It looks fine. Blackout, I'm really, really bad at.
But you were saying you actually don't mind being bad at it, right?
No, because I'm enjoying my time with it. Because like, there's a lot of weird stuff. So like, you played a bunch of PUBG. You know, like, go for the crate, chase your dreams. So the crate equivalent in this game.
No, fuck the crate. Fuck the crate.
Nah, man, 20 crate teen, chase your dreams. But
20 crate teen.
So like the crate is like the mystery box, which is something from zombies. So like you go after the mystery box, but it's in this area and it is surrounded by zombies in the PvP multiplayer. So you can go for those rewards, but you have to fight off zombies, which A, lets people know you're there because you're firing off bullets all the time. And B, you're preoccupied with bullets, so it's easier for a dude to pick you off. So it's like a super high risk reward, and those are the only places that have like zombies on the Blackout map. I think that's really cool. The wingsuit is good because you keep it through the whole thing. So like you'll have a dude shooting at you and they'll be like, I'm fucking out of here, and I'll jump off a fucking dam and just wingsuit away.
Have you been picked off while wingsuiting?
Yeah.
Nice.
Only once though.
Oh. All right.
So I guess you at least need some, because like the long game isn't Call of Duty strong point.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, this conversation seems really familiar. Talking about how they would deal with that. Dally, what's up?
Sorry about that.
So how do they deal with that? Like, do they deal with it at all? Is there anything in there to make the long game at least semi-palatable?
You can get good at it.
All right.
Like I know several people, like I have people in my group chat that are good at it, but like I'm not. The long game has never been my strong point in any game, be it like PUBG or Call of Duty or Battlefield or whatever.
Is there bullet drop?
So from what I was reading pre-release is at a certain range, like close quarter stuff, it's standard Call of Duty.
Okay.
But after a certain distance, like I believe that's where they start to introduce bullet physics.
Oh wow. Okay.
So like if you drop in and there are dudes like right in front of you, it functions like regular Call of Duty physics. I could be completely wrong. Like whoever wrote these articles could have been completely off, or they could have changed it up to release. But that's what I read at that time. And I thought it was a really interesting way to handle it. Was like, okay, so bullet drop effects after like 50 meters or something like that. So the long game, you still have to do that PUBG thing of like figuring out like, all right, I'm going to do this. Like, and I've been picked off by snipers a lot. So it's still that type of game. It's a battle royale game. But I'm really into it. I got into a helicopter and I flew it up and I fucking wingsuited out of it. And that wingsuit's really good. Like you could, like I've dropped immediately over like water and you could like wingsuit 2/3 of the way across the map, I'd say.
Damn. How big is the map? How big would you say the map is?
I'd say it feels not huge for a battle royale map.
Okay.
But I'm still exploring it. There's still a bunch of stuff I haven't seen. I haven't even gone to that Nuketown area yet. I'm still figuring it out. But so far, Blackout might be my it's got to be the best console battle royale game.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think I've never jived with Fortnite. I think the PUBG versions on console are bad. But this is like, leave it. It turns out that if you throw a ton of money, a ton of manpower, and a huge studio, at something, you can make something.
Well, so the craziest part about, like, I've heard a lot of people say a sentiment kind of like that, and it's true. But it seems like a lot of what's making this mode really good is the fact that they've just simplified the non-combat portion of the battle royale game. Like, don't they auto attach like auto pickup and auto attach like attachments to your gun, so you're not having to like grab something and then go into your menu and drag it to your gun, like shit like that. Like they've just They've done the streamlining that nobody was able to do.
And like armor and shit, you're not equipping. Like you literally just look down. It's 3 levels of armor. Like there are 2 levels, and the third one covers your head. And like you just click it, and it auto equips and shit. You have like the perk system, which are like quick buffs for stuff like health regen or like silencing your steps and shit like that. And you come across, in my experience, a bunch of them, so you're able to like not you don't have to like save them and hoard them. So it's cool being able to just pop those.
That was the one thing from the beta that really stuck out to me. So like healing items and those like perk potions or whatever you want to call them, like those were bountiful enough where you never felt like you were screwing yourself over by using one of them. And it gave you kind of like options to interpret like different situations differently. Like instead of just kind of sitting in a room just waiting for people to come, like you can hit that mobility thing that quiets your footsteps and like jump out a window and like try to run back into the house, and maybe somebody won't hear you come back in. Like it just gives you more combat options. And like as you said, like menuing is never really an issue in that game unless you're like looking, you know, you just murdered somebody and you've got like 4 guns in front of you and you're trying to decide like what one you want to take with what attachments and stuff. And even that like is just a couple button pushes and you're all set with what you need.
Yeah. I'm really into it. I was worried in the beta that it was going to be like when, you know, we get like a demo at a show and it's like, all right, don't worry about using your powerful weapons because we've specifically for this demo put a bunch of ammo and shit. So like just keep using it. I was worried that's how it was with the perks from the beta, and it's still there. Like you still find shit. Shotguns are useless.
Well, that's about the case in just about any Call of Duty or modern shooters in general. Like most shotties are completely useless.
Unless it's Destiny, in which case they are the fucking move.
Yeah, then it's like a rifle from half a mile away.
Yeah, I will say I miss wall running and shit like that.
Yeah, that was the one takeaway from multiplayer is like I feel like anything that made like multiplayer, the normal traditional Call of Duty multiplayer, like anything that made it like unique from past games, like they've kind of taken that out and just kind of made it into like your generic like shooter like game options. Like I don't think they have a war mode. I could be wrong on that.
I don't think there is.
Yeah, but they don't have the war mode that was in last game.
That's probably gonna be the IW thing from here on out.
Yeah, they have like search and destroy and like all those types of stuff, but you know, there's no I think they took out that, didn't they have like a basketball game in like one of the like advanced warfare games or something? I forget what it was referred to, but they kind of took all that stuff out and now it just plays like, you know, every Call of Duty has played since the Modern Warfare like game type. And I mean that's what some people like, but I don't know, that's still buried underneath like 1,000 different like unique shooters that have come out since then.
Yeah. One more thing I'll say. Oh, sorry.
As the single player.
One thing I'll say is that
like, zombie mode.
If the single player they were originally building, like if the short like little bits you have with characters and like scripted dialogue and all that shit is any indication of what that game was going to be, it's probably for the best. They fucking killed it.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Well, they had said that they had been working on one and they just scrapped it because it was awful, didn't they? Like, wasn't that a thing?
I think they said something like that. I could be wrong. Once again, like I'm not a lawyer. I don't know the specifics of what they do, but yeah, it seems about right. One thing I'll say also is the menus are the fucking worst.
Really?
Like the start menus, like getting into games and shit. The first time you go in, it literally just has 3 things. It's whatever the control, their new control mode, which I fucking hate. It says control for multiplayer. It has blackout quads, and it just has 9 like zombies. And I didn't realize that you have to click into the image to switch modes for each thing. So there's like 2 boxes. So it's a weird thing. The new control, by the way, it's like standard control where you can win by just like occupying space and getting kills. But also you have to, like, you can win by just wiping out the other teams. Like they have a reserve of life. So like each team spawns in with 25 lives. So you can get absolutely fucking steamrolled. So I was playing and I matched up with clans almost every game. So it was me, 3 or 4 randos, and just another team against us that was just a full clan. And they'd have like 24 stock left and we'd be wiped out. And it got to the point where every time I was finishing one of those games, I got this pop up. It's like, hey, did you have fun in that match? Yes, no.
Oh
So
man,
it's still in beta testing.
that's the most Call of Duty thing I think I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
That's been a multiplayer problem for as long as I can remember. Like since team-based multiplayer has been a thing where
And how they haven't figured out to like, okay, we're gonna make some sort of matchmaking where if 4 people are in like have the same clan tag, match them with a similar one if possible, and no one's fucking done it.
yeah, and in games where they have actual like team mechanics, they try to solve it by saying, all right, we'll only match full teams against full teams, but if it's 6 people on a team and 5 people are on a team and we add 1 random, we can match them against 6 randoms, and that's fair, right?
Yeah.
So like nobody's really ever figured it out.
I don't know how no one's figured it out in the year of our award 2018.
Yeah.
2018.
Luigi 2018.
Case your dreams. But yeah, I'm gonna have a lot more to say about it. I'm shooting. I still need to dive in. Like zombies is something I played one matchup and I fucking don't understand at all. So that's gonna be a fucking slog. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting thing to write up.
Are they doing
so weird?
Are they doing like a season pass or like some sort of like battle pass system for like either
They gotta have a battle pass coming.
There's a battle pass.
Yeah.
There's a battle pass in the menus already, I think, but I don't think it's active yet.
Okay, because the big thing and like why I think Fortnite like retains people so well is they have that battle pass where it gives you stuff to do in missions. It kind of gives you like different tactics of how you're supposed to play certain matches and get you to experience like different things. And I think that has been a huge help, at least for me, to show any interest in like battle royale type games.
Yeah.
So hopefully they're going to continue, because I know they said they weren't going to do a multiplayer season pass, but they are doing a season pass for zombie content.
Yeah, I think the multiplayer stuff is just like free maps and shit.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if they'll consider Blackout like, oh, season pass is free because this is just the mode that's in, the Blackout's just in the game, or if they'll do like, well, this battle pass is like $5. It's not a season pass. But you still have to pay a little bit for it.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this game evolves over the next year.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a story that is slightly relevant to this game.
Please tell.
I was at work today, and a random dude I never met before rolls in, as they do, and he looks around the shop for a minute, and then he kind of looks behind the counter, and he sees my laptop sitting there, and I've got one of those like those Asus like ROG laptops, and he goes, "Oh shit, a gaming laptop. Is that yours?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh, you play video games?" And I was like, "Yeah, I was thinking about maybe getting into that Bobo." And he's like, "What?" And I'm like, Black Ops, Battle Royale mode. He goes, "Really?" I go, "Yeah, I used to play a lot of I used to play a lot of PUBG, sort of similar, not really into the Fortnite thing." And he goes, "Oh, yeah, yeah." And then he kind of goes quiet for a minute, and then he goes, "You should really play Fortnite, though." I'm like, what? He's like, "No, seriously, listen, dude. I got into it and I hated it, and then I gave it up for like a day, and then I got back into it, and it's the greatest game ever. This motherfucking game has like evangelizers now, or whatever that word is. You know what I mean?"
Yeah, Fortnite's kind of weird, man. I go to work all the time, and there's this kid that has like a younger like son. And at least 30 times a day, he'll ask me about Fortnite or other related things. Like while we're at work, if he's like hanging out with us, he like stole my phone once, and my background is Star Fox. But he's like, "Wow, No Man's Sky," and I was like, so close.
I was at the Chinese place here 2 weeks ago, and I was waiting to pay for my order, and there was a dude trying to pay for his meal. And in front of him was his maybe 10-year-old kid, but probably less, doing the fucking floss dance. And just at like the most rapid pace I've ever seen, this dude's trying to reach over him to pay with debit. And
I was at the DMV renewing my license about a month ago, and there was this kid. Like, so basically, it's just my DMV is like 2 big stretches, like a church, of just like long pews for like 50 feet. Everyone's sitting quietly, and this one kid standing in the main aisle between them, just flossing vigorously.
Was he making the noise? Was he going, eh, 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 eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck?
He was just trying to make sure his teeth were clean. No, I mean, college basketball season is right around the corner, and if you don't believe I'm going to see a Fortnite dance per session, you're out of your mind.
They've been in all the football games.
It's terrible. I hated it. I hate it when the kids were dabbing left and right, and now they're like, "Oh, look, it's the infinite dab from Fortnite."
I take 1,000 kids dabbing over all of the fucking Fortnite dances the kids are
Over
doing.
all the flossing.
Fortnite is the first time a video game has ever made me feel old.
Yep.
Yeah,
I feel that.
I just don't get it.
And then I say that because I really don't like that game. And then I was on Twitter, internet website twitter.com, and I saw a video clip of Ninja riding on the back of a 4-wheeler in Fortnite with somebody else driving, and the dude drives it off a jump pad, does a barrel roll in it, and Ninja upside down snipes somebody and one-shots them. And I'm like, all right, I guess I get it.
Fortnite's one of those games that I think it's like any battle royale game is like you just need that one session where everything kind of clicks and then you're like, oh, okay, this game's awesome. And like Fortnite, it's as much as everybody plays it and it's this like huge cultural phenomenon, like it's there for a reason. Like the gameplay's not bad. It's easy to understand. You can hand a controller to just about anybody, then say, point at this guy, pull the trigger, and people get it and they'll want to win, man. That's what it is.
They want to win until they realize that what they're able to do isn't good enough because they'll get fucking wiped out by dudes just building a tower to the fucking sky.
Oh, sure. Oh, don't get me wrong. That's the thing. It's like, as I said, like even if you don't win, there's always that one match that like it finally clicks with you, and like things make sense. Because I had the same case when I was playing what was it called? That Darwin game. Like I didn't think that Darwin game was very good, and then like round 5 or whatever, I just had a match where like I feel like it would have been the perfect match to demo that game at E3 or something, and I was like, okay, like I totally get this.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Bobo.
weird.
Bobo.
What's that Bobo say, Otten Cotton or whatever? What's that song? It's like a song. No one?
Nope. Before
I was just thinking of Bobo.
Yeah.
I still kind of want to play that game. I want to play that mode.
Yeah, me too.
Fortnite for this thing, Battle Royale. Blackout.
I want to play Bobo.
Yeah, so that's it. I've gone on about this a while. Dalivor or Sam, what are you guys playing?
Well, we already knew what Sam was playing, but Aaron.
Oh, yeah, he played that thing. That's right.
Aaron's been playing HQ video.
Yeah, I've been playing that. That's pretty much it, honestly. I've just been I mean, my job's been actually surprisingly busy. Like we've been over ordering shit and like trying to deal with all that for
preparation.
For 2 stores. So I haven't really had a chance to play a whole lot. I did sort of. Okay, so this isn't something I've been playing, but this is something I've been doing. So the Persona dancing games?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So the trailers, there's something I noticed the other day. So the trailer for the Persona 4 dancing game, right, came out forever ago, like when the game came out.
Yes, PlayStation Vita. Hello.
And when they introduced the characters in that game, they named the main character. Like his name, which is
no, they named him when they put out the anime and the manga.
No. So they named him, and in this trailer, like his name was in the trailer, right? Like his name, Yu Narukami, was in the trailer, and there was this thing with that character where the manga named him like Soji Seda, and then they changed his name officially to Yu Narukami, and then that was the name in the trailer. So the Persona 3 and Persona 5 trailers came out. Both characters have had multiple names depending on whether or not they were talking about their official canon name or their manga name. And then to avoid this issue, I don't know how I noticed this, it just calls them protagonist in the trailers for the games. Instead of naming them like they did for Persona 4, it's just protagonist. Which I thought was funny. Because
Persona 4, man, will always be Charlie Tanoku in my eyes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But so that's what I was doing. I was looking at that.
When do those come out?
December
4th, I want to say.
I got a bitchin' deal on that game, so I'm very excited.
So did I. Thank you, Amazon price heirs.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you guys got to know that shit. Yeah, nice. I'll wait for the Switch version.
I did the other thing I'm doing, which is trying to fucking hire an accountant.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it turns out to actually get paid to do business with American companies, I need something called a foreign tax identifying number.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what that is. I tried to look it up myself, and according to the Canadian government, it's my social insurance number, which is 9 digits long. And according to America, the number they want is 10 digits long. So,
yeah, American social security numbers are 10 digits.
Yeah, but they're not asking me for a social security number. They're asking me
that's our employee identification number here, our EIN.
No. The American social security numbers are 6 digits or 9 digits.
Oh yeah, they are 9 digits. No,
right. So I don't know what's up. I don't know. So I got to hire an accountant.
No, I'm 3.
I know. I'm trying to do my
9
social
digits,
security
Ollie.
number in my head. It's 9 digits, I think.
It's 9 digits, yeah.
I
was right.
So for the Canadian ones, Canadian sends are 9 digits, and whatever number they want for this is 10. And
what the fuck?
According to Canada, the number they want is 9, but according to the IRS, it's 10. And so I don't know what the fuck is going on. So
maybe it's like you have to put 1 or 9 so you can dial out on a landline.
Well, I guess you just got to start your own Canadian video
LLC.
game website.
I looked into this. I looked into incorporating myself as an LLC because apparently that's a way you can get away around it. You can get a single person LLC, and that solves this. But
we were supposed to, for my job, we were all supposed to form our own S corps because of the ways we're paid. But I'm just gonna put the money in my mattress instead.
I'm just like, listen, this all seems very professional, and I'm very happy to get this solved. But on the other hand, my last American paying job just threw money into my PayPal account, and I didn't tell anybody about it. So how about we do that instead?
Yeah, that was writing for some blog or something that we know of.
That was writing for a website that doesn't exist anymore called Game on Mac.
Game on Mac.
Where I was paid to review iPhone games.
Oh my Lord.
Yes.
God bless you. God bless you.
So you weren't even gaming on a Mac. You were gaming on an iPhone.
Yep. And now you know why that website doesn't exist anymore.
Wow. Well, there's no Mac games anyways. I have been playing, apart from Starlink and some, I think, Idle Kingdoms for my phone. I've been playing The World Ends With You.
I'm sorry.
It is it's interesting. So it's the straight up iOS port with a few little tweaks here and there that I've noticed so far, but nothing quite major. It lets you use the touchscreen by itself, so you can actually you don't even have to touch the Joy-Cons at all. You can walk around with the screen and just use it that way, or use the Joy-Cons if you have this thing docked and use it on the TV. You point and click with the Joy-Cons. So there's no like actual traditional controls. Obviously, the DS game had some stuff in there, but that was also mostly stylus, and then the iOS game is completely touch. So they've ported the iOS game over with the few little details from the DS version, and that's essentially the game. And you could tell it when it came out years ago, super stylish, but stylish on the DS for like a DS game.
Now it just looks like whack Kingdom Hearts.
It does look like whack Kingdom Hearts. Yes, I bought this thinking, I'm going to buy it because it may be a collector's item one day, but they had just stacks and stacks of them at Best Buy. It looks good. This is the designer in me is going to say the fonts are nice and big, and everything looks giant on the screen, but it looks like an intern created all the little buttons for like tap here to go to settings, tap here to turn the sound on and off, tap here for those little things look completely bad and awkward and half-assed on there. So that was the iOS stuff that leaked onto this thing. I'm enjoying the story.
How many pins do you have, Dolly?
Oh, I'm literally like an hour in, so I'm not really all that far in. I don't even think I've just been kind of dicking around. I have the one pin that you start with, and that's it.
This game's art style really does look like a Wendy's like kids meal from the 90s.
It really does. Yeah.
You always kid bit in it?
Yeah.
How many times in your hour of gameplay have you questioned the physics of what the clothing is doing?
Every time.
You know what the art style of this game reminds me of? It reminds me of like
Deviant art.
No, it reminds me of like in high school what like the kids who were way into drawing anime would draw like Kingdom Hearts characters, and they like that. Like they got the thick, exaggerated like outer lines. They don't have the right proportions for like body, like not bodies, but like limb thickness. Like everyone's looks like a dang old skeleton with a big old head.
Let me just say one thing. Speaking of bad anime, holy shit, people on Twitter, stop trying to draw anime because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Fanime is not real anime. You guys don't know anything about like human proportions and figure drawing or anything like that. And I hate to be
Dolly, I feel like there are other people on this. There are several other people on this group call who would qualify as anime experts before Dolly Domovsky.
Yes, exactly. And I'm no anime expert. I'm an art expert. But holy shit, people who are fans and drawing anime don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I mean, I'm gonna throw this out here. I can't draw, so you know what I do? I don't draw.
Ta-da! God bless you. God bless you.
I do own a Wacom tablet.
I'd like to qualify Dally's statement as in there's plenty of people that know how to draw like anime characters and stuff like that online.
Yes.
But if you're a young kid and anime is what interests you in drawing and that's what that excites you about getting into art, do yourself a favor and learn like real character art and stuff like that and then gain your art style.
Understand figure drawing, understand why anime is the way it is.
That's what that game looks like. It looks like those how to draw anime books you get.
Yes.
The plastic book.
There you go. There you go. The Barnes and Noble how to draw anime pamphlets. It's so a couple hours in, it's pretty interesting. I don't want to say pretty interesting. It's interesting. I'm not in love with the game, and I don't see all the crazy hype for it yet. But
I was going to ask, did you ever play the DS original?
Never
Okay, I like tried to play it like when it originally came out, and I liked it. I wasn't really as into it as everybody, and I'm wondering if this is just one of those games where it was just good enough that the fact that it's buried on the DS has caused like such an uproar of wanting it again.
I think that's what it is.
You know why it is, right? It's because even when it came out on like release day, like that was a hard game to find. So it's one of those fucking like
yes, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I played it, so I liked it because I was able to play it. Did you play it?
Yeah.
It's one of those games. It was that even then.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember getting it because I got it at a fucking Circuit City that was going out of business. And I played it.
Circuit City.
And I'm like, this is what all these people are talking about. Like
it's all right. It's just not like incredible.
I was disenfranchised with it even then.
The animation isn't great. The interaction isn't great, but it's touchscreen, I guess. So there's that. Anyways, that's World Ends With You. And I got a bunch of review codes that I got to figure out who's going to do what. If anyone wants to do them, we'll talk about that after the show. You guys want to talk about news? Unless that's it for the gaming that we've been playing.
Yo, fuck Rockstar, am I right?
Fuck Rockstar.
Oh my god.
Let me ask you guys a quick question. Yeah, so Rockstar sort of bragged about the dudes at Rockstar bragged about 100-hour days, yada yada yada. Have any of you folks, my dudes, worked crazy shifts where you've been at like hours and hours and hours during the week?
Yep.
Yeah, but I was never by a culture curated in a way essentially mandated to do so.
I
was paid accordingly.
Yep.
I worked a 36-hour shift at a job once because there was a crazy fucking flu going around and it just wiped the staff out. And so there was nobody that could work. And they were like, we can't make you do this. We'll pay you an absurd amount of money to do it. And I said, okay, I'm going to drink a lot of coffee and I'm not going to pay for it. And then they gave me like 3 days off, but it's brutal. And these people are doing it like, no, these people aren't obviously working 36 hours straight, but they are working, what was it, like 16-hour days every day for years?
No, that's if it was average out. So just to qualify.
Here, Dolly's going to defend Rockstar now.
No, I'm totally not defending Rockstar. No, I think to clarify, I think they said only like a few folks in the upper management, or only a very few folks worked those crazy hours.
Did you read that statement? Because it was the shittiest thing they could have possibly said.
It was totally.
We don't force anyone to work hard.
Right.
Saying,
but we appreciate it.
Which implies that anyone who didn't put in the 100 hours
wasn't working hard. Yeah. I've worked, I'm trying to draw a parallel here. So the industry I work in, automotive industry, it's frowned, it's looked down upon if you work 40 hours a week. You better work more than 40 hours. And there's a point to all this I'm getting to. I obviously you dudes know that all the shit that it takes me forever to get home sometimes and stuff. I'm on the regular putting like 50 to 60 hours a week into the office. No big deal. Only because it is a big fucking deal. I'm a salary worker. I don't get paid any extra hours into what I do. If you're, I think white collar is the salary and blue collar is hourly, whatever. However that's set up. So I'm a salary worker. I get paid for 40 hours, whether I work 40 hours, 60 hours, 20 hours. Most of the time I'm working on the higher end of shit. I don't like it. It's not healthy. It's not good for employers. I am a proponent of paying hourly rates, and if you go past the hour, you get paid more, and you offer that up as an option, because there are people who are plenty qualified as second shift, third shift to come in and help out on projects. So when people say, "Oh, we had a passion doing these 100-hour weeks," it's like, yeah, that could have been broken up into like 3 different people doing 40, 30, 30, that all of a sudden you're actually improving everyone's lives. I think
you're getting a better quality work out of it because you're not getting fucking burnt out employees.
After like 8 to 10 hours, your productivity level, it just plummets. So if you're going to do that every day, you're not being productive. You're picking up boxes and putting them down by the end of the day. And that's all you're capable of doing. For anybody that's worked long shifts, I think my longest shift ever, my longest work session ever was 79 hours straight. And by those last couple hours, I could hardly think of the shit that I was doing. This was in college, by the way, not in my office. My office, I think my longest shift was probably closer to 48 hours. Yeah, somewhere around 36 to 48 hours. But once you pass like 12 hours, depending on what your job is, 8 to 10 hours, you can't function correctly. That's why we're always burnt out at the end of the day. And if you're asked to do that every freaking day, unless you're paid for it, ain't going to work out. So nothing to brag about.
When I was in high school, there was a year where I sort of kind of got expelled in the last month. So I still passed the year, but I was out of school for an extra month and needed shit to do. So I took a job and I was there for a while. And while I was there, the day shift employee's mother died. He was an older guy. His mother was quite a bit older. He died and he needed 2 weeks off to, deal with the funeral arrangements and all that stuff. And it was him in the morning and me in the evening. And he was like, I'm taking 2 weeks off to the owner. And so then it was me in the morning and me in the evening for those 2 weeks. So we would open at 8 a.m. and we would close at 9 p.m. So it was that every day for 2 weeks, no days off. And by the end of it, I was just wrote off. And that was only 2 weeks. Like, I can't imagine doing that for however long a crunch on a game is.
It's shitty. So this also isn't just the game industry. Basically, every major industry has it. We're just a gaming site. That's how we talk about it. Every industry has this, and it's work culture that shouldn't be the way it is.
Can I ask a question that you guys might be able to answer that I genuinely don't know the answer to? Why don't y'all got unions down there?
Because they fucking villainize, like literally every place villainize them because they don't want. Well, because it stops companies from exploiting their workers.
Like, so we're dealing with this legal pot thing up here, right?
Yeah.
And the post office, which is a federal employee, like they got themselves a union, and they're contemplated going on strike because every province, in addition to however weed is being sold, is also doing a mail order for weed, which means the amount of work that the post office employees are going to have to do as middlemen for the shipping weed basically is going up exponentially. So now they're like, nah, dog, and they're going on strike. And maybe the games industry should have a union.
This is a drum I've been beating for a long time. Kill your masters, form a union, have them fight for you. Just do it.
Yep.
But there's so much fucking pushback but there's unions become a dirty word because your fucking corporate oppressors have made you have brainwashed you to think that unions are bad.
Yeah, it's corporate oppressors, and it's the shitty labor laws we have here in the U.S. With minimum wage and pay and all that kind of stuff. I think if someone were coming, we've gotten into like some major politics. we all agree if someone comes in and fixes our labor system, we don't have half these problems that we're talking about right now.
Kill your owners. Seize the media production.
I mean, I'm just going to throw this
saying.
out there. All you good states could just leave, could join Canada.
We've tried. We're on the border with you guys, so we can technically do it over here in Michigan and New York. All right. What else we got here? I'm checking other news.
There's a couple things.
Go ahead.
Sean Bean.
You're slowly going to become our news guy, which I like.
Bring scoops out.
Sean Bean is the first elusive target in Hitman 2.
That's perfect.
Yep.
Wait, actually, the Sean Bean is
the whole ad with Sean Bean just kicking back.
Cool.
Yep.
That's fun. Good on you.
I like. I don't know. I just thought it was funny. I like the fact that it seems like they're like taking the chance to have fun with Hitman. You know what I mean? Because Hitman's is always kind of funny, but you know, Agent 47 is like super serious. So I like that they're just having a little fun with it.
They had him kill literal Gary Busey last time.
Yeah, towards the end though, right? Like
fair.
he was.
Yeah, I think midway.
Oh, was it midway? I thought they were already done with Square by that point.
Nah, it was before they put out their like. I think it was like after their like third or fourth content pack because it was before the Japan one.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Is there anything else? Red Dead Redemption 2. We talked about that. Just
9 days away.
9 days away. Apparently, according to a thing in Japan, it's going to be a 2-disc game.
Oh my lord!
Well, if the install size is over 100 gigs on PS4,
that makes sense.
It's what 106 something like that.
Yeah, I think it's It's either 104 or 106, and then the Xbox version is like 88 gigs or something like that.
Yep.
What else we got? PC Gamer is reporting that the 2070 cards are only 12% faster than the 1080 cards.
That sucks.
Yeah, and they cost 33% more.
Hey, that doesn't suck for me, who just bought a 1080 Ti like less than 6 months ago.
Oh, and following up on that, according to an AMA with an NVIDIA employee, apparently it's not pronounced TI, it's pronounced TI.
No, fuck you, it's TI.
It's short for titanium.
Fuck off.
That doesn't make any sense because then they have the Titan V. Why didn't they call that the TIV then?
Because nobody wants to say that.
Dumb.
The TIV?
The TIV.
It's okay. I'm sure Rooster Teeth has something about them calling their cards RTX.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. I think that might be it. There's a bunch of other stuff. There's a new version of Dream Daddy coming out called the Dead Rector's Cut.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. Is it like new content or just like an edited version of the first?
It's on PS4, right?
Let's find out. It's on PS4, PC, and Mac. It's a free update for everybody who already owns the game. And it features cut content, new side quests, and a brand new minigame.
Oh, cool. Well, there you go.
That game's weirdly good, so...
Some other news from this week is both XXX and XXX State of the Union will be coming to Hulu on November 1st. That's a big piece of news.
Nice. There's a new one of those coming out, isn't there?
I don't know. It came out early. Return of Xander Cage. He
nice.
Skis down a mountain, like a jungle mountain.
Was it good?
Well, of course not.
No, but I mean, like, was it? Was it?
Was it ass?
Was it? Okay, there we go. No. I think that's it. There wasn't a really big news week. The big dominating story was this. The tail end of the Telltale thing and this Rockstar thing.
Was it last week that Obsidian was talked about getting purchased by Microsoft?
Yep.
We talked about that?
No, we didn't mention it last week. But yes, Obsidian getting potentially purchased by Microsoft.
And then coming out and saying that they're probably never going to make a Fallout game again.
Yeah.
So. Alpha Protocol. Get it on.
They made the best Fallout game.
They did. It's still the best one, right?
Yeah. Nike's putting out 2 more pairs of PlayStation sneakers.
I saw those. I saw the 2 more pairs of
the gray ones are really good.
We're going to start doing more shoe stuff on SideQuesting because we're becoming shoe fiends for the site.
Okay, I actually found an answer to what we were talking about. Red Dead Redemption 2 will have a file size of 88.57 gigabytes on Xbox One X and 105 gigabytes on PS4.
No, that's the install size, which is like you need the disc as well, right? Or no? And a day one update type of thing. Oh, God almighty.
Yeah, I think that's with the day one update included.
Okay. To top off our night, our weekly Jeff Grubb update, our Grubdate. He tweets, you know what's a crazy thought? YouTube is down, so right now is the moment that the fewest white men are being radicalized online in years. Thank you, Jeff Grubb, for that wonderful.
Did you see that? Speaking of that and YouTube, did you see that shit that happened like 2 nights ago?
No, something
came out about YouTube. Somebody figured out something about YouTube's algorithms, and it seems like the meme that like, oh, I accidentally clicked on this one video and now all I see is red pill bullshit, like that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently that's like semi-intentional.
Wow. Oh no, yeah, because YouTube wants to keep pushing you toward for more engaging stuff, so they keep trying to give you more radical content. So you can go from watching one video and then ending up with fucking Prison Paul or Alex Jones.
The internet was a mistake. We should burn it all down. We should start again. We should not let any white people on it.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. On that note, you can find us at SideQuesting on the Twitter, sidequesting.com. Find us individually. I am at Dolly Domovsky. Where can we find you, Tom?
Find me pretty much everywhere at that Tom Johnson.
What about you, Sam?
You can find me on Twitter at SamDI79. I haven't tweeted since October 4th. But I was going to tweet today, hey, Ben Folds is a really good artist, and everybody should listen to Ben Folds. It's good.
Yeah, it's true. Ben Folds. Is this still 5 of them, or is it?
I think he's been Ben Folds for quite some time.
I always wonder who the 5 were that Ben was folding.
So I googled. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was going to say I've seen Ben Folds in concert like 4 times, and
he's
never had 5 people total. Oh yeah, it's one of the best concerts I've ever been to. He's so good.
I googled before. I forgot. Star Fox fan fiction.
Oh, nice.
No.
This one literally starts with:
Does it feature or does it not feature Crystal?
Fox unzipped his pants, taking out his erect cock, and began to jack off with Walt still in his mind.
Nice.
That's how it starts.
Can we? I would like to take this moment, just take over the podcast real quick to send an appreciation letter to Bill from Star Fox 64. He was Fox's old academy roommate, and they were best buds. And he goes out of his way to help Fox at the end of that game. If you go down the right path,
have cool sunglasses attached to a helmet.
Yes. That's Bill. Yeah, Bill's the best. And they talk about how cool they were in college together during that little fight. It's so good.
Where can we find you, Aaron?
In the club, bottle full of bub.
Rolling into the vape shop.
You can find me. There. You can find me on Twitch at Scotty Bones. On Twitter at Scotty Bones.
Is it just a big fucking haze right now in Canada? Is it like a giant rolling in? Is it Hogwarts over there or something yet? I don't know what.
If you check out my Twitter. I retweeted a bunch of pictures earlier today, and it's just lines of people outside of these dispensaries from various points in the country.
So good.
God.
So I heard a story. Did I tell the story already? No, I don't think I did. There was a friend of mine was at a dispensary because he wanted to check the prices out, and he was talking to this lady that showed up. She had been in the provincial capital for 3 hours waiting in line, finally said fuck it, got in her car, drove to the dispensary he was at, waited for another hour, checked in with her friend who was still at the first dispensary, and got in before her friend who had been in line with her that entire time.
Oh, geez.
So her friend was still waiting 4 hours later. And
why were people waiting in
line?
They
ran out of weed.
Like a sweet CD dropped.
They ran out of weed in a bunch of these stores. They came out earlier this week and they said, we've got enough for 3 weeks and then we'll have more. And they ran out in a bunch of stores today.
Oops, no weed.
Oops, no weed. Oh shit, it's the cops. I love that you retweeted the Toronto Police's tweet.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Here's their tweet. Asking for directions because you're lost is not a 911 call. Reporting an adult smoking a joint isn't either. This is the official Toronto Police account. Cannabis is no longer illegal on October 17th. Consumption is allowed anywhere. Cigarette smoking is allowed. Do not call police for this. That's brilliant.
Yeah, there's a series of them, of those specifically. There's like 3, but
Yep. The out of minutes is not an island call.
Yeah.
What to do with your frozen meat? This is great. The Toronto Police are awesome. Those lines are fantastic.
I'm just gonna throw it out there. I think "Oops, No Weed" is the name of this episode.
Oops, no weed. All right, I'm naming it Oops, no weed. All right, with that, we'll let y'all go. We love you guys. See you next time on the SideQuest.
Bye.
Smoke weed every day.